The power of non-striving equals dot. The power of non-striving. Mind Waves audiobook begins with tranquil visuals of a flowing river winding effortlessly through a lush forest, symbolizing the natural ease of letting go. The narrator introduces the concept of non-striving, explaining how stepping away from relentless effort and control can lead to profound personal freedom and inner peace. Calming imagery of people meditating, enjoying nature, and embracing the present moment sets the stage for an exploration of how non-striving can transform your approach to life. Uncover the liberating power of letting go with the power of non-striving, a practical guide to personal freedom. This insightful guide challenges the modern obsession with constant achievement and shows you how to embrace the art of being. By releasing the need to control every outcome, you'll discover a deeper sense of freedom, peace, and fulfillment. Through practical wisdom and actionable steps, this book helps you cultivate mindfulness, align with your natural rhythm, and unlock the joy of living authentically. Redefine success, find balance, and experience the freedom that comes with non-striving. You are invited to explore a path seldom taken, one that offers liberation from the clutches of the never-ending pursuit of more. Here you discover the profound peace and contentment that arise when you let go of the need to control outcomes and instead engage with life as it unfolds. Non-striving is not about an action, rather it's about taking action when it's truly necessary and natural. It's about listening to the inner cues that guide you gently through the currents of life, not against them. In these pages you will learn how you are invited to explore a path seldom taken, one that offers liberation from the clutches of the never-ending pursuit of more. Here you discover the profound peace and contentment that arise when you let go of the need to control outcomes and instead engage with life as it unfolds. Non-striving is not about an action, rather it's about taking action when it's truly necessary and natural. It's about listening to the inner cues that guide you gently through the currents of life, not against them. In these pages you will learn how to recognize these cues and how to cultivate an attitude of mind that embraces whatever comes your way with openness and ease. Let this book be your guide into the depths of non-striving. It promises not the typical markers of success, wealth, acclaim, or power, but something far more precious, a sense of personal freedom that permeates every aspect of your life. Through practical steps and real-world examples, you will learn to navigate daily life with a new perspective, one that brings joy, peace, and fulfillment. As you turn each page, you will be challenged to rethink your relationship with effort, product, activity, and achievement. What if you could achieve more by trying less? What if real success lies in your ability to accept and flow with what is? The power of non-striving invites you to explore these questions, offering a fresh outlook on what it means to live fully and freely. Here the journey is the destination, and each moment is an opportunity to practice the art of non-striving. Welcome to your path to personal freedom. Imagine You're in a boat rowing against the current, straining with each stroke, yet you're not moving forward. That's how constant endeavoring feels. Now what if I told you there's a way to float effortlessly with the current, embracing where it takes you? This is the essence of non-striving, a concept at the heart of the power of non-striving, a practical guide to personal freedom. Ready to learn how to stop rowing against the tide and start flowing with it? Let's explore this intriguing concept together. For more information about the ebook version of this audio, check the video description or visit audiobooksoffice.com. We notice that 69% of you who listen to our video are not yet subscribed to the channel. Please help support the channel by hitting the subscribe button and liking the video. Thanks for inspiring us to create more content for you. Chapter 1: Understanding the essence of non-striving. Every single one of us is trapped in the relentless pursuit of achievement, driven by our society's constant emphasis on pushing for more. You've been conditioned to believe that constant driving is the only way to guarantee success. But what if I told you there's a more fulfilling, less stressful path to personal freedom? This path is called non-striving. Non-striving doesn't mean giving up your ambitions or ceasing to make efforts. Instead, it invites you to shift your focus from the future to the present. It's about appreciating the journey as much as the destination. It's about being fully present in the here and now, embracing whatever comes your way without judgment or expectation. Understand that non-striving isn't synonymous with laziness or complacency. You're still working towards your goals, but you're doing it with an attitude of acceptance and openness rather than constant stress and pressure. Non-striving allows you to step back, take a breath, and really engage with the world around you. It's about being curious, open, and accepting rather than always pushing for the next big thing. You might think it sounds counterintuitive, but trust me, it's a liberating concept that can change your life. So why not give it a try? Start by slowing down and really experiencing the moment you're in. You might just find it's the key to a happier, more fulfilling life. Understanding the essence of non-striving, it's the first step to personal freedom. Chapter 2: Embracing acceptance and letting go. As you start to understand the concept of non-pursuing, it's a natural progression to embrace acceptance and the art of letting go. Acceptance isn't about resignation or defeat. Instead, it's acknowledging the reality of the situation without judgment or resistance. So you're not seeking to change what's out of your control. It's a powerful shift in perspective that can free you from unnecessary stress and anxiety. Often you may find yourself holding on to past regrets or future anxieties, but hanging on to these emotions can keep you stuck, hindering your personal growth. Letting go isn't about forgetting or ignoring these experiences. It's about acknowledging them, learning from them, then choosing to release the emotional burden they carry. Think of it like this: you're holding a hot coal in your hand. It's causing you pain, but you're afraid to let it go because it's become a part of you. But the longer you hold on to it, the more it burns. Letting go is the act of opening your hand and releasing the hole. It's accepting the pain it caused and choosing to no longer let it hurt you. Chapter 3: Breaking free from constant striving. You might often find yourself caught in an incessant loop of pushing for more. There's always that next promotion, the bigger house or the shinier car that you're aspiring for. It's natural to have desires, and there's nothing wrong with having ambitions, but when the pursuit of more becomes a relentless drive, it can trap you in an endless cycle of discontent. Recognize this constant endeavor can lead to emotional exhaustion. It's like running on a treadmill, constantly moving but never really getting anywhere. It's time to step off that treadmill. So how do you break free from this cycle of constant endeavor? Start by acknowledging that it's okay to not have everything. It's okay to be imperfect. It's okay to be human. Accepting this truth can be liberating. Next, shift your focus. Instead of obsessing over what you don't have, appreciate what you do have. Recognize the abundance that already exists in your life. This doesn't mean you should stop working towards your goals. Rather, it means finding contentment in the present moment while still pushing for a better future. Lastly, practice self-compassion. Be kind to yourself when you stumble. Remember, you're not defined by your failures but by how you rise after falling. Appreciating the journey and realizing that your worth isn't defined by your achievements. Trust in your own journey and find freedom in the power of non-striving. Chapter 4: Cultivating mindfulness in daily life. Finding balance and appreciating the journey, as discussed earlier, is a cornerstone of cultivating mindfulness in daily life. It's about being fully present and engaged in what you're doing, not lost in your thoughts or distractions. You're not just going through the motions but truly experiencing each moment you see. Mindfulness isn't some lofty ideal or complex philosophy. It's something you can start practicing right now, right where you are. It's in the way you sip your morning coffee, noticing its warmth, its aroma, its taste. It's in the way you listen to a loved one, giving your full attention without preparing your response or judging their words. It's in the way you breathe, fully aware of the air filling your lungs and then leaving your body. Incorporating mindfulness into your daily life doesn't require a complete lifestyle overhaul. It's about making small, intentional changes that add up over time. It's about pausing before you react, choosing to respond instead. It's about noticing the world around you, not just looking at it. In this journey, remember to be kind to yourself. There will be days when being mindful feels almost impossible. That's okay. The beauty of mindfulness is that it's always available to you, a quiet refuge amidst the noise of life. You'll find that the more you practice, the easier it becomes, and as you cultivate mindfulness, you'll discover a deeper sense of peace and personal freedom, the very essence of non-striving. Chapter 5: Transcending the ego and attachment. Often we find ourselves trapped in the cycle of ego and attachment without even realizing it. We're tied to our desires, our achievements, and our self-image in ways that can subtly dictate our lives. You may not notice it at first, but take a step back and you'll see how much of your life is governed by these invisible chains. The ego, for instance, can be an insatiable beast. It constantly seeks validation, approval, and superiority. It's a double-edged sword, though. It gives you drive, ambition, and pride, but it also leads to comparison, resentment, and dissatisfaction. You can't completely eradicate your ego. After all, it's a part of who you are, but you can learn to recognize when it's taking the wheel and gently steer your thoughts and actions back to a place of authenticity and compassion. Then there's attachment. We cling to people, things and outcomes as if they define us. We fear losing them because we think they're integral to our happiness. However, the truth is they're not. They're transient, much like everything else in this world. When you let go of this fear, you'll realize that you have an innate capacity for joy that isn't tied to anything external. Transcending the ego and attachment isn't about denying your desires or emotions, it's about understanding them, acknowledging them, and then releasing in them without judgment. It's about finding your inherent worth and realizing that you're enough just as you are. It's a journey, but it's one worth taking, for it leads to personal freedom. Chapter 6, Discovering the Art of Surrender. In traversing the journey towards personal freedom, the art of surrender surfaces as a powerful tool. It's not about giving up or admitting defeat, but rather opening yourself up to the fullness of life. It's about letting go of the need to control every situation, every outcome. It's about trusting that life will unfold as it should, even if it doesn't align with your personal blueprint. You might be wondering, how does one surrender? It's not as complex as you might think. Start by acknowledging and accepting your feelings rather than suppressing or fighting them. This acceptance allows you to understand your emotion instead of being controlled by them. Next, release your grasp on control. Understand that you can't dictate every detail of your life. Surrendering means accepting that some things are beyond your control. This might seem scary, but remember, it also opens doors to new possibilities and experiences. Finally, cultivate trust. Trust in the universe, in life, in yourself. Trust that even if things don't go according to plan, you're strong enough to handle it. Trust that there's a bigger picture that you mightn't yet see. Surrendering isn't a one-time event, it's a daily practice. It requires patience, courage, and a whole lot of self-love, but once mastered, you'll find a sense of peace and personal freedom that you've never experienced before. So dare to surrender, dare to free yourself, embrace the art of surrender, and watch as your life unfolds in ways you never thought possible. Chapter 7, Developing a Resilient Mindset. Life's journey is like a roller coaster filled with ups and downs. Each twist and turn can either make you feel exhilarated or terrified, depending on your mindset. Developing a resilient mindset isn't about avoiding the lows, it's about learning to ride them out. Resilience is a skill, not an inherent trait. It's something you can cultivate. It's about how you perceive adversity, how you bounce back from failures, and how you adapt to change. It's not about avoiding stress, but rather learning how to manage it. It's about developing the confidence to face your fears and the courage to continue even when things seem impossible. Start by reframing your mindset. View failures as opportunities for learning, not as a reflection of your self-worth. Understand that setbacks are temporary and they don't define you or your capabilities. Instead of feeling overwhelmed by challenges, see them as tests of your strength and resolve. Developing a resilient mindset also involves self-care. Prioritize your mental and physical health. Practice mindfulness. Engage in activities you enjoy and surround yourself with Positive influences. Remember, it's okay to ask for help when you need it. Lastly, cultivate an attitude of gratitude, being thankful for what you have instead of focusing on what you lack can remarkably improve your resilience in your journey towards non-striving. Resilience is your steadfast ally. It's the inner strength that empowers you to face life's adversities with courage and determination. So buckle up and embrace the ride. Life may be a roller coaster, but with a resilient mindset, you're in for an exciting ride. Chapter 8. Fostering patience and self-compassion. Traversing the path of life isn't always easy, but patience and self-compassion can act as your compass and anchor amidst the storm. These qualities enable you to weather life's ups and downs with grace, resilience, and inner peace. They're not just nice to haves, they're essential to your personal freedom and well-being. Start by cultivating patience. It's not about waiting passively, but rather it's an active process of staying engaged and open no matter what's happening. It's about trusting in your journey even if it isn't unfolding as quickly as you'd like. Remember, growth takes time. By embodying patience, you're honoring your personal process and acknowledging that meaningful change can't be rushed. Hand in hand with patience is self-compassion. It's about treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding you'd extend to a dear friend. This doesn't mean ignoring your flaws or denying your mistakes. Instead, it's recognizing your humanity and giving yourself permission to be imperfect. When you stumble, don't beat yourself up. Instead, offer yourself words of support and encouragement. In this way, you're not just surviving but thriving. You're not struggling against life but flowing with it. You're not endeavoring to be someone else but fully embracing who you are. By fostering patience and self-compassion, you're stepping into a place of personal freedom where you can navigate life's challenges with grace, strength, and heart. Chapter 9. Navigating the challenges of change. As you cultivate patience and self-compassion, you'll find yourself better equipped to face the inevitable changes life throws your way. Change, whether it's a shift in circumstances, a personal transformation, or a global upheaval, can often feel overwhelming. You might feel as though you're being swept away by a current too powerful to resist, but remember, you're not alone. Each chance is a new journey, a chance to learn and grow. It's not about the destination but about embracing the process. It's about acknowledging your feelings, your fears, and your hopes, even when they're tangled together in a confusing knot. It's okay to be scared or uncertain. It's okay to not have all the answers. What's important is to keep moving forward even when the path is unclear. Every step you take, no matter how small, is a victory. Each moment of uncertainty conquered is a badge of honor to your resilience. Striving to control every aspect of your life can leave you feeling drained and disconnected. Instead, try to trust in your ability to adapt and navigate through the challenges. Practice self-care. Reach out to others when you need support. Be kind to yourself, especially when things don't go as planned. Chapter 10. Aligning with the natural flow. Embracing life's ebbs and flows is a powerful step towards aligning with its natural rhythms. Life, like a river, is always in motion. It's not always smooth sailing. Sometimes it gets a little rough, but that's okay. When you accept this, you start to see that the real beauty lies not in controlling the river but in learning how to ride its waves. You're not in a race against life, you're part of its DCE. Learning to align with the natural flow means surrendering the need to control every aspect of your life. It doesn't mean giving up on your goals or ambitions. It's about finding the balance between effort and ease, between doing and being. It's understanding that you can't force a flower to bloom or a river to flow faster. They have their own pace, their own rhythm, and so do you. Imagine a tree. It doesn't push to grow, it simply grows. It doesn't worry about the seasons. It trusts in the natural cycle of life. Like the tree, you too can trust in your own process, in your own timing. You don't have to push so hard. You can let go, relax, and trust that you're exactly where you need to be. Aligning with the natural flow isn't about being passive, it's about being present, patient, and embracing what is. It's about freeing yourself from the need to push and instead learning to thrive. You'll find in this flow a sense of ease, peace, and personal freedom you've never known before. Chapter 11: Redefining Success and Happiness. In your journey of aligning with the natural flow, you may find that traditional definitions of success and happiness no longer resonate with you. You're not alone in this. Many people just like you are discovering that the societal norms of success, money, status, power don't necessarily lead to happiness. It's okay to redefine what success and happiness mean to you. It's not only okay, it's essential for your personal freedom. Let's start with success. If the traditional markers don't fill you with joy, what does? Perhaps it's nurturing relationships, contributing to your community, or pursuing a passion. Success doesn't have to be a position or a paycheck. It can be a feeling of fulfillment and purpose. Embrace that. Now on to happiness. This elusive state of being isn't something you can chase down, grab, and hold on to. It's more of a byproduct of living a life aligned with your true self. It's found in moments of connection, in acts of kindness, in the pursuit of your passions. Don't let society dictate your happiness. Happiness only you know what truly makes your heart sing. Chapter 12: Overcoming the Desire for Control. Often you may find yourself straining to control every aspect of your life. It's a natural impulse, but one that can lead to stress, dissatisfaction, and feeling out of sync with the world. Understanding that you can't control everything is the first step towards personal freedom. It's vital to acknowledge that life isn't something you can entirely govern. You can plan, organize, and strategize all you want, but remember, life's unpredictable nature will always have the upper hand. Trying to control everything is like trying to hold water in your hands. No matter how tightly you clench your fists, it'll slip through. So how do you overcome this desire for control? Begin by recognizing your need for it. Ask yourself, what are you afraid of losing? What's the worst that could happen if things don't pan out as planned? By understanding these fears, you'll start to see control as a shield against uncertainty, not a tool for success. Next, practice acceptance. Acceptance doesn't mean you're resigning yourself to fate. It means embracing the reality that not everything is within your grasp. It's about recognizing that while you can't control the wind's direction, you can always adjust your sails. Chapter 13: Nurturing Non-Judgment and Openness. Let's consider a world where you approach situations and people without preconceived judgments. In this world, your mind is an open book, ready to absorb the raw, unfiltered reality. You're not confined by the shackles of bias or prejudice, but are free to experience life in its most authentic form. This this, my friend, is the power of non-judgment and openness. Now, nurturing this mindset isn't as intimidating as it sounds. It's about gently shifting your focus from forming opinions to understanding. It's about embracing curiosity over conclusions, questions over answers. When you're faced with a new situation or person, don't rush to label or categorize. Instead, be present, be observant, allow yourself to be surprised, to learn, to grow. Remember, this doesn't mean giving up your discernment, it simply means giving every experience the chance to reveal itself fully before you decide what it means to you. You're not a passive bystander in this process, but an active participant. You're not just witnessing life but engaging with it. Practicing non-judgment and openness can feel like stepping into the unknown, and that's because it is. But isn't that the beauty of it? Isn't it liberating to let life unfold without trying to predict or control every twist and turn? So dare to step into this world of non-judgment and openness. It's your ticket to a richer, more fulfilling experience of life. And remember, the journey is yours to take, one mindful step at a time. Chapter 14. Integrating non-striving into relationships. Every single relationship in your life can be transformed by the power of non-pursuit. Think about it. How many times have you sought to change someone, to fix a situation, or to control the outcome of a relationship? This constant pursuit can be exhausting and often leads to frustration. Non-pursuit is about letting go of the need to control and instead embracing acceptance. It's about understanding that each person in your life is on their own journey with their own lessons to learn. You can't force someone to change, but you can choose to accept them as they are. To integrate non-pursuit into your relationships, begin with self-awareness. Notice when you're pushing and pause. Ask yourself, what am I trying to control here? Can I let it go? The simple act of awareness can be transformative. Next, practice acceptance. This doesn't mean you have to agree with everything someone does, but you can choose to accept them as they are without trying to change them. This creates space for more genuine and fulfilling connections. Finally, cultivate compassion. Remember, everyone is doing the best they can with what they have. When you approach your relationships with compassion, you'll find it's easier to let go of pushing and embrace acceptance. Chapter 15. Applying non-striving in the workplace. Just as non-pursuing can transform your personal relationships, it also has the power to revolutionize your workplace experience. You might be thinking, but how can I succeed without pushing? It's not about abandoning goals or aspirations. It's about redefining success not as a destination but as a journey. Imagine starting each workday with a sense of calm instead of a desperate rush to conquer a to-do list. With non-pursuing, you focus on the task at hand, not the end result. This subtle shift in perspective can markedly reduce stress and boost productivity. Non-pursuing doesn't mean you're not committed or ambitious. Rather, it's about being fully present in whatever you're doing. Instead of spending your energy worrying about the outcome, you're channeling it into your work, sparking creativity and innovation. You'll find that non-pursuing fosters Healthier relationships at work too. When you're not in a constant state of competition, collaboration flourishes. You're more open to others' ideas and more willing to share your own. This is the power of non-P. Pursuing it encourages a supportive, nurturing work environment that benefits everyone. Chapter 16, Balancing Action and Non-Action in the D of Life. Striking a balance between action and non-action is key. It's not about inactivity but about intentional stillness. It's about knowing when to step forward and when to hold back. Imagine you're a sailor adjusting your sails to the shifting winds. Sometimes you need to harness the wind's power to propel your ship forward. Other times you need to let the wind pass through your sails, maintaining your position, soaking in the scenery. But how do you strike that balance? It's about cultivating awareness. It's about understanding that not every moment calls for immediate reaction. You've got to trust your instincts, tune into your inner wisdom. When faced with a situation, pause, reflect, ask yourself, is action necessary now? Sometimes the most powerful move is to remain still, to let things unfold naturally. Remember, persevering doesn't always yield results. It's like trying to catch a butterfly by chasing it. The more you run, the more it eludes you. But if you sit quietly, it may just land on your shoulder. That's the power of non-striving. It's a conscious choice to be in harmony with life, to flow instead of forcing. Chapter 17, Discovering the Beauty in Imperfection. Life's imperfections, like a beautifully asymmetric piece of pottery, hold a charm all their own. They're not flaws to be fixed but unique features that give character, depth and meaning. So why do we often resist them, seeking instead a picture perfect life that's smooth around the edges? You see, we're taught to aim for perfection, but in doing so we overlook the beauty that lies in the imperfect. We miss out on the richness and authenticity that comes from embracing our unique quirks and idiosyncrasies. It's in the raw and real moments, not the polished and perfected, where true beauty resides. Try to see your imperfections not as stumbling blocks but as stepping stones. View them not as aspects to be hidden or ashamed of, but as parts of your unique story, your personal journey. Each scar, each wrinkle, each misstep, each mistake, they're all part of what makes you you, and that's beautiful. Learning to appreciate imperfection doesn't mean abandoning the pursuit of growth or excellence. It's about acknowledging that the path to personal freedom isn't a straight, smooth road. It's often winding, bumpy and filled with unexpected twists and turns, but it's this very journey, replete with all its imperfections, that shapes us, molds us and ultimately empowers us. Chapter 18, Cultivating a Beginner's Mindset. Embracing your imperfections. You've started to see the beauty in the asymmetry of life, but there's more to this journey of self-discovery. Now it's time to cultivate a beginner's mindset. Think back to when you were a child, oblivious to the world's complexities. You approached life with curiosity, asking questions and seeking answers. You didn't fear failure, you saw it as a stepping stone to growth. This mindset, my friend, is what you need to recapture in this rush of the modern world. You've lost your innocence, your curiosity. We've all been there. We feel the need to know everything, to be perfect, or we fear we be left behind. But let's break those chains. Allow yourself to not know, to be a beginner. Start by asking questions, even about the things you think you know. It sounds simple, but it's more challenging than you think. Drop the fear of appearing foolish. Remember, every expert was once a beginner. Next, embrace that you'll make mistakes, celebrate them, for they're your best teachers. They'll guide you to answers no textbook can give. And finally, keep an open mind, let go of your preconceptions and biases, look at the world with fresh eyes, with a beginner's eyes. Chapter 19, Transforming Stress into Equanimity. Picture, if you will, a tumultuous sea, waves crashing and winds howling. This storm represents the stress you often feel in your life. It's chaotic, unpredictable, and can feel overwhelming. Now imagine you have the power to transform this tempest into a serene lake, calm and unruffled. This is the power of equanimity, the ability to remain peaceful and composed no matter the storm around you. You might think that sounds great, but how do I achieve this? It's not as difficult as you might expect. The key is in pursuing, in letting go of the need to control every aspect of your life. Stress often comes from the pressure we put on ourselves to achieve certain outcomes. When you let go of the need for specific results, you open the door to equanimity. Start by recognizing that you can't control everything. The sea can't control the wind, but it can choose how to respond to it. Similarly, you can't control every circumstance in your life, but you can control your reaction to them. When you accept things as they are instead of how you want them to be, you free yourself from the stress of trying to control the uncontrolled, the uncontrollable. Try to adopt this mindset in your daily life. When you feel stress building, take a step back, breathe, remind yourself that you can't control everything, but you can choose peace. You can choose equanimity. Let go of your endeavor and embrace the calm of the serene lake within you. Chapter 20, Embracing Uncertainty and Adaptability. Change, the only constant in our universe, can often feel like an uninvited guest in your life. It brings along uncertainty, which can be intimidating and overwhelming, but let me tell you, it's okay. It's okay to not have all the answers. It's okay to feel lost sometimes. It's in these moments of uncertainty that you grow the most. Adaptability is your key to navigate through these rough waters. It's your ability to adjust to new conditions, to shift gears when needed, and most importantly, to learn from every experience. It's not about stubbornly holding on to a single approach or perspective, but about being flexible and open-minded. Life isn't a straight path, but a winding road, and adaptability is your compass. Embrace uncertainty as an opportunity for growth. It's a call for you to explore, to discover, and to learn. Don't resist change, but welcome it. Remember, a diamond only forms under pressure, and a butterfly only emerges after a period of transformation. Similarly, your greatest moments of growth come from overcoming challenges and uncertainties. Be adaptable, be resilient, learn to dance in the rain instead of waiting for the storm to pass. The power of non-striving lies in your ability to adapt and thrive in any situation. Embracing uncertainty and adaptability won't only help you survive but thrive in the face of change. Your strength lies in your ability to adapt, to evolve, and to flourish amidst uncertainty. Chapter 21, Unlocking the Power of Presence amid the chaos of everyday life. It's easy to let yourself be pulled into a whirlwind of thoughts and distractions, losing sight of the present moment. But don't be too hard on yourself. It's a common human tendency. What's important is to recognize this pattern and make a conscious effort to stay present. This is where the power of presence comes into play. The power of presence isn't about forgetting the past or ignoring the future, it's about immersing yourself fully in the here and now. It's about engaging deeply with your current situation, your feelings, and the people around you. It's about being truly alive in the moment, not just physically present. Activating the power of presence begins with mindfulness. Mindfulness is simply paying attention to the present moment without judgment. It's about noticing the sensations in your body, the thoughts in your mind, the emotions in your heart. It's about acknowledging these experiences, accepting them, and allowing them to be. To develop mindfulness, you can start by focusing on your breath. Feel its rhythm, its depth, its warmth. Notice how it anchors you in the present moment. Gradually you'll find yourself becoming more aware, more present, and more connected to your inner self. Embracing the power of presence can bring about a profound shift in your life. It can enhance your relationships, improve your mental health, and deepen your self-awareness. Chapter 22: Enhancing Creativity Through Non-Striving. In the hustle and bustle of life, it's easy to fall into the trap of constantly pushing for more. You're conditioned to pursue, to reach for the stars, to incessantly chase success. But what if the key to revealing your true creative potential lies not in pursuing but in non-pursuing? The concept of non-pursuing might seem counterintuitive at first glance. It's not about being complacent or stagnant. It's about freeing yourself from the constraints of constant goal setting and the relentless pursuit of achievement. It's about allowing yourself to be fully present in the moment, to explore, to experiment, and to embrace the process without being preoccupied with the outcome. When you cultivate an attitude of non-pursuing, you're not limiting your creative potential, you're expanding it. You're giving your mind the space it needs to wander, to make connections that wouldn't be possible if you are focused on reaching a specific destination. Non-pursuing encourages curiosity, spontaneity, and playfulness, all essential ingredients for creativity. It's an invitation to let go of the pressure, to grant yourself the freedom to create for the sheer joy of creating. Chapter 23: Navigating Transitions with Grace. While embracing the power of non-striving, you may find yourself at the threshold of change in growth. This shift may feel intimidating, even scary, but remember, it's also an opportunity. It's a chance to push past your comfort zone and step into the domain of personal freedom. Managing transformations gracefully is as much about your mindset as it's about the actual changes taking place. It's essential to stay present, to feel and accept the discomfort that comes with the unknown rather than resist or dreading it. This acceptance isn't about giving up but about understanding the natural flow of life. It's about acknowledging that change is inevitable and using it as a stepping stone to growth. Non-striving doesn't mean standing still, it's about moving forward without the pressure of trying to control the outcome. When you let go of expectations and just be, you open yourself up to experiences that may exceed your wildest dreams. Remember, you're not alone on this journey. You're part of a community that values personal freedom, growth, and the power of non-striving. So reach out, share your experiences, and draw strength from the collective wisdom. Navigating transformations with grace isn't always easy, but it's a fundamental step towards embracing the power of non-striving. It's a journey of self-discovery and personal freedom, a journey that's worth every step. Chapter 24: Fostering non-striving in leadership. Every leader, no matter how experienced, can benefit from embracing non-striving in their leadership style. It's not about being complacent or lacking ambition. On the contrary, non-striving is about fostering a relaxed yet focused state of mind. This approach allows you to respond to situations with calm, collected wisdom rather than react hastily. One way to cultivate non-striving in leadership is to practice mindfulness. By being present and fully engaged in the moment, you're better equipped to make thoughtful, informed decisions. You're not driven by ego or the need to prove yourself, but by the genuine desire to do what's best for your team and organization. Another key element is embracing the journey rather than obsessing over the destination. When you're fixated on an outcome, you can miss valuable learning opportunities along the way. However, when you focus on the process, you're more likely to discover innovative solutions and foster a culture of continuous improvement. In addition, practicing non-striving in leadership means letting go of the constant need for control. Instead, trust in your team's abilities and empower them to take ownership of their work. This not only reduces stress but also promotes collaboration and creativity. Chapter 25: Sustaining a non-striving lifestyle. Embracing a non-striving lifestyle isn't just a fleeting decision, it's a lifelong commitment. You've seen the benefits, felt the shift